thing. You deal with psychology on a daily basis. Is that the correct term I'm using? You deal with psychology on a daily basis. Okay, so you deal with psychology. You meet females, I'm pretty sure, all the time. You're out, you're doing music, you're playing basketball, you're meeting mothers, probably single mothers.
Yeah.
So, what is the game? How are you staying straight and narrow as this handsome young black man? What are you meeting women? Are you psychoanalyzing them? You know, as you meet them, like
toxic. They need help.
Like, how's that working?
Cruise, man.
Let's go there. We are live right now. We're still talking mental health today because it's Mental Health Month according to Sippin' Lips, okay? So, we have two guests here, obviously. We're going to have them introduce themselves. We'll start off with Lisa here. She's going to tell us who she is and what she does.
My name's Lisa. I work with a retina specialist. I've been working in the medical field, 8 years now. And I'm currently in school to be a psychologist.
And what made you want to go to school to be a psychologist? Was there something that...
I mean, I had my own personal battles with depression and anxiety and shit like that. And for the longest time, I always wanted to be a nurse. Mm-hmm. And then once the pandemic happened and, like, I kind of seen the shift in things, I just realized I wasn't really happy. And it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do with my life anymore. And I had my own personal breakthrough. Mm-hmm. And then with helping friends with advice and stuff like that, I found like a true passion and like just wanting to generally help other people that suffer with depression, anxiety, and things that like ultimately make life harder. So that kind of like sparked my change. So then I ended up changing my major and going back to school.
Dope.
And starting all over from scratch.
Starting all over. That's what it's all about, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Starting all over. All right, so we'll get back to you. I'm going to touch more on that. We're going to have this young man here introduce himself. Tell us who he is and what he does. Some of you might know him already.
Yeah. My name is Dre. My stage name is Black Dre. Besides music and pro basketball, I'm a therapist. I have a master's degree in psychology. I work for a place called Preparing Individuals, Today for Tomorrow. So what I do is honestly, I make behavior charts for kids, figure out their behaviors and help them kind of just create patterns, good habits. Honestly,
how long have you been doing that?
With this job, it's been 2 years, but I've been in this field for probably like 4 or 5.
That's dope. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay, wow. I would have guessed younger. All right.
I should have lied.
Yeah. Black don't crack, y'all, okay? I'm telling you, I definitely was not guessing that. So, mental health. Now, what made you choose that career path? Is this a career for you? Like, is this... Okay. So, what made you choose that?
I honestly just always been around it. Mm-hmm. Honestly, like she said, kind of just knowing people that deal with depression, going through my own things.
Yeah.
And it kind of just gravitates towards you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's dope you said that because sometimes things will find you, you don't find it. You know, you think you want to do one thing and then God just shows you it's just something else you're supposed to be doing, right?
Sure.
It just happens. It comes to you. So I could definitely dig that. Dre is actually the first guest that brought us something to drink, y'all. So at Sippin' Lips, we gotta give him a round of applause. That was super dope to think about us and bring that in. I got a question for the group though. My co-host Beauty, she made a post the other day on IG.
You're gonna make that a group question?
Yeah, girl. I got one more, but this everybody need to hear this.
One.
Yeah. No. Sis, come on now. All right. So she put up a post and talking about cooking for somebody, you know, and this. Have you ever seen a man you just want to cook for? So I wanted to know if she had ever seen a man that she just wanted to cook for. Like, have you just seen a man?
I did.
You did.
I was like love at first sight.
Love at first sight. You just knew you wanted to cook for that man.
I just was like, yes, I want to be with him for the rest of my life. We ain't together now, but you know.
Lisa, how about you?
Yeah.
Yeah? You seen a man and you just wanted to cook for him.
Yes. Like, let me cater to you.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
That's hot. They're together.
They are together. Shout out to Bills. That's right. What is he? Not an S. That's right. So on the flip side, Dre, you ever seen a woman that you just wanted to cook for?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Y'all together?
No.
Oh, man.
Shonda, so you never felt like
Nope.
No, why not?
Not that I just want to cook.
well,
for him.
something else like
You know.
fold his laundry or something else.
Yeah, maybe fold his
Yeah.
laundry. Yeah, because you know when you see a man, you just be like, yeah, I just want to. You know, I might just want to take care of him. You know?
Yeah.
You know how to
That's
cook?
exactly-
Yeah, yes.
Okay, that was just my fault. I'm sorry.
Somebody better ask about me, okay?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so another thing I wanted to bring up before we get into the nitty gritty of things. The other day, do any of y'all do TikTok dances? Y'all get on
Not-
TikTok?
I
and do
mean,
the
my
dances?
daughter
dances,
began me to
but-
try, man.
Yeah?
No.
She get on there. Have you ever got on there and actually did the dances?
Maybe once or twice.
Okay, how about you?
No.
You're just new to TikTok, actually,
I
right?
don't even. Yeah.
She just made one recently.
Word?
I'm
Mhm.
so delayed with
Yeah.
all this. That's why he said I don't watch
Yeah.
videos. I don't watch YouTube. I don't.
TikTok be funny as
Don't
hell.
ask.
Yeah,
I
I'm
learned a
gonna
lot
lie.
of shit from
Yeah.
TikTok.
TikTok is the
Yeah.
thing.
I do
I'm
want to go
telling
on there
you.
and look for recipes. Yeah.
You'll find a lot.
Yeah.
You will find
Wow.
everything on
Yeah.
TikTok.
You'll
I
find
know.
life hacks,
wanna-
Yes.
things that like you'll feel like you should have known your whole life,
Yeah, I
and
learned
it's like,
something
yo,
today
my
from
whole life has
TikTok.
been
What
a
did you
lie.
learn?
What did you learn?
So I learned that when you cook like biscuits or cookies, to
Yeah.
stop it from sticking to the bottom of the pan,
Yeah.
you put aluminum foil on the bottom of the pan before you
Oh,
put it in the
Trey, you
oven.
can't cook, honey.
No,
I
I'm
didn't
dead
know
serious.
that.
I just
Wait.
didn't know it.
No,
I didn't
no,
know that.
No, I don't
no,
put
you
aluminum-
should
When
have
you
known
spray
that.
it, of course you spray it, but nah,
I
I
don't
didn't
put
know
aluminum
that.
foil at the
Yeah,
bottom.
I use
I did
aluminum
not know
foil.
that.
I don't bake, so
On the bottom of the pan?
Yes.
No.
I never knew that. Well, I just never knew that.
That's something I always done. But my grandmother taught me that.
Okay. I never
So
knew
I
that.
bet I do that
So
all
you
the time.
really know how to cook. If your grandmother taught you, you really know how to
Yeah.
cook.
Yeah, I've always
facts.
I've
Right.
always had used
But you
aluminum
said the
foil,
grandma,
and it
alright.
saved you the hassle because back in the day, you know, everybody used to like spread the
Spread,
butter with
yeah.
a stick
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
right?
So my mom does, yeah.
Listen, tell your mom to get with the aluminum foil. I keep aluminum foil in my house, like
Mhm.
just for that reason. But I did bake a lot too. For a minute, I was doing cookies on Facebook.
Okay.
Anyway, but
From scratch, right?
Yeah, I was making cookies. But that's how I am hip to
From
that.
scratch.
So the reason I brought up TikTok is because I tried to make a video the other day,
Yeah.
and I'm like, man, I could do this stuff. Let me get on here. I found out I have no rhythm, and I cannot dance. Okay, because I definitely tried to put the. And
I think you got rhythm. We was out and you was really going in.
well, something must have been delayed because I was not hitting these beats on this video.
I mean, the song was
Yeah,
super
it's all-
fast,
The
so-
camera, it's all types of stuff.
Something I don't know. I was like, I'm gonna have to ask somebody because I think I've discovered I have no rhythm and I really can't dance. Somebody's just been hyping me up. You know what I mean? Thinking.
Yeah,
I-
probably.
So I was like, I want to know if it's just me. Do y'all get in front of the camera and be like, that really wasn't it?
No, I feel the same way.
I've
Like when
definitely
people
done
show
that.
me
Where
videos,
I'm gonna delete those.
I don't think
Yeah.
I can dance. Yeah.
Never mind.
I agree.
Yeah.
I tried.
So let's Lisa, I want to bring up a conversation you and I had briefly when we were messaging each other. We were talking about making a decision between making more money or going with what your heart desires. You said you had made the decision to do what when it came down to
I
it.
stayed with the money.
You stayed with the money.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not the career, the job that you kept is not the career that you wanted to take, right?
Nope.
So what are your plans behind that? You're just going to stay with the money now and then follow your dreams later, or how does that work?
So it's always been like a long game for me because like the career I have now was in my general plans, like my initial plans of being a nurse and working in the medical field. Like I'm doing that.
Okay.
But like I said, after COVID, like there's definitely been a shift. Like I can see the difference in what I'm doing, and like now that I know that it's not what I want to do the rest of my life, like I definitely feel it while I'm working.
Okay.
And it doesn't help with like the people you work with when they're all miserable all day long.
Yeah, that
And it's
sucks.
like, bro, like we spend majority of our time here.
Right.
I spend time with you more than I spend time at home with my family. So when every single day you're miserable and complaining and giving attitude, it just makes it that much more stressful. Like I don't want to be here. I don't like being here. But the job I was gonna take was in the mental health field, and it was like a low end job, just getting your foot in the door kind of thing, starting out like doing what I want to do, just like at a low end. But like after just sitting and like really thinking, and I'm like, I can't take that pay cut. Like I worked way too hard to get to where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to do that to myself.
Ultimately, money makes the world go round, right?
It does. Like
So,
True.
it's almost like you don't have a choice in the matter. You know, you could say to yourself like, "Oh, I can, I'm going to take this job and work for $11 an hour." No, I'm not trying to diss anybody who makes $11 an hour. We all got to do what we got to do, but it's hard to make it in this world with that type of money, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't afford anything. So, but what I'm saying is, when you make the decision to take a job that makes or pays you less money then you end up struggling, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Is
Well, that was
good
my
at that
thing.
point,
I'm like, you know, if I take it, you know, I'll ultimately be happy doing what I want to do.
Right.
But at the same time, like, do I really want to sacrifice, you know, my way of living because I want to take a pay cut?
Yeah.
And I'm
Well,
like,
not even that. Would you say it's because you wanted to take a pay cut, or because you really just wanted to follow your dreams? You know, at the end of the day, when you get into a job that he's in, that you're going towards, it's more about other people, right? It's more, well, sometimes it is for self, because it's self-fulfillment, right?
True.
It is.
It's what feeds you, especially when you're doing what you love.
Yeah.
So it really, it's just so hard. This world just makes it so hard to really.
Well, right now,
Yeah.
yeah. And I think somebody, because I ended up posting a status just to get like other people's opinions, because like I didn't want to just like jump into something and then be like, damn, I didn't really think about that.
Right.
So like I asked, you know, my fiance his opinion, like I asked some of my family members, but then I posted a status and asked, you know, like, what would you do in this situation? And a lot of people said take the pay cut, but then there was one person that stood out, and they were like, you know, really think about it and sit down and be like, you know, is that money going to be worth it? Like, at the end of the day, because the way life is right now, especially like we just bought a house, you know, 3 years ago. I have 2 kids. Like, other stuff going on that is more important to me right now in my life. I'm just like, right now, it's not the time.
Yeah.
Like, it's not the time for me right now.
Okay. So let's talk about, I want to talk about you. You deal with kids. You plan on dealing with kids as well when you get into your career path?
I don't think so. Like,
Okay.
a part of me wants to. Like, that's one of the things that I'm kind of stuck on right now, because there's so many subcategories of
Right.
psychology. Like, there's so many different directions you could go. Kids is definitely one of my top 5 of wanting to do. Probably couple therapy.
Oh, I love that.
That's really big for me. Self-trauma, like that kind of thing. Like, just personal help.
So, Dre, I want to know a little bit about you because you deal with kids now. So, what's one of the hardest things is you got to take your job home? Like, that's got to be one of the hardest things, dealing and seeing kids maybe go through things. Tell me what a day looks like for you when you go to work, like when you're dealing with the children.
So right now, it'll start like 9 in the morning. I'll have a client. He's in school, but he goes virtually. So I'll go hang out with him, maybe just to get him started in the day. He has a hard time getting up.
Okay.
And he's very high functioning though. But I'll get him up, get him ready, make sure he's logged in, chill with him probably till about lunchtime.
Okay.
Then go see my other kid.
Oh, you spend a lot of time with these kids too.
Yeah, every day,
Okay.
Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What's the hardest part about your job in dealing with, you know, these kids in the mental health? What would you say is the hardest part?
I think the hardest part would be collaborating with the parents. Yeah, because seeing kind of how they raised them and the habits that they allowed them to build, trying to break that is hard because I'm only with them for a few hours out of the day. And then when I'm gone, it's like, are you really following up with what I just taught them, or are you giving them what they want?
Because things are being reversed.
Exactly.
You know, from what you've just done.
Exactly.
So, you know, every day, every mental health is everywhere. We all deal with it. You know, it's hard to tell dealing with kids. Us are our parents, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people who are watching are parents as well. You know, so when you're at home, a lot of times it's easier just to do the thing that band-aids the situation. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of times as parents, we might not even realize when a child may be going through something mentally.
What are signs? Like, what are signs that we as parents can look for to know, like, our kid might be suffering or might need to talk to somebody?
Good
I
question.
feel like you could help with this a lot as well, being a parent. I would say
true.
from a therapist side, I would say kind of just, I realize when my clients are kind of isolated or if they are talking about harming themselves, they'll talk about that a lot.
Are the kids forthcoming with you? Like, will they tell you if they feel?
Yeah,
What's
they
the youngest?
trust me a lot.
You said from 5 you start
5
off
is
with?
the youngest.
Wow, that's a baby. Yeah.
They're the best though. He's a sweetheart.
Yeah. See, I'd have a hard time. I just would want to like hug and love on him all the time. Like, I
That's
wouldn't
how
be able
he
to do
is.
the
Mom
job.
in you.
Yeah.
He's really
Yeah.
loving. He just doesn't understand boundaries yet. So when he wants to like hug a friend, he'll really like grab him, and I'm like, hey, like soft hugs, so stuff like that. Yeah, like when he plays tag, he doesn't tag, he pushes or just jumps on
Oh my
him.
god, I
I'm
feel like
just
that's
like,
little
okay.
Jonathan I
He's
get.
just like, wait.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So both of you said you dealt with your own issues as far as mental health goes. You know, so did you both deal with depression, younger days, you know, current age, you know, or anything like that? What stood out to most the most to you or with you going through these changes that made you like, hey, this is something I want to help other people with? You know, what was something that happened to you?
I think it was just the feeling in general. Like, I've had it ever since I can remember being a little kid.
Depression.
Like, and
Depression?
Okay. Anxiety, all that stuff. And like, I'm actually learning in school right now. Like, I'm taking abnormal psychology, and I'm like learning a lot. Like,
what's abnormal psychology?
So they talk about everything, basically, from like the way your brain works, the chemicals in your brain, like how that is actually a big influence on, you know, depression, anxiety, like the different chemicals, and like it's mind over matter, basically, which I learned. Like, it's insane because they're trying at this point, like, there's a research study right now that they're trying to take depression and anxiety as, like, a legitimate diagnosis and turn it into something that is, like, is as simple as you could just think differently. Like, if you really just train yourself to be more positive and you do these steps, that you can, like, overcome it, you know?
That's how I overcome it. That's
where I'm at right now,
what I do.
is... You know, I've tried, my mom had me in therapy when I was a kid because she couldn't understand it, and like, but it never worked for me, like, for as long as I could, and even as an adult, I tried to go.
Well, that's where I would see a problem right there, because you say you could train yourself. If you're an 8-year-old, how do you tell yourself to get out of that? That doesn't.
So, like, it's big on, like, just knowledge, and, like, as parents, you know, like, my daughter struggles with stuff, and, like, I think I was able to notice it because I did. Yeah. And I'm like, that looks familiar, and, like, I got her into therapy and stuff, and just like me, she's just like, I don't like this. Like, I don't like talking about it. Like, she would rather talk to me than a therapist.
But then that puts a lot on you as a parent, you know,
it's
to
hard.
Carry your child's burden of, you know, whatever emotions or depression they're going through, and then you can't help them or don't know how to help them. Yeah. That I just feel like the cycle continues, you know what I mean? So where do we begin? Where do we start? How do we break this cycle? Because a lot of times it is, you know, it runs in the family. It comes from the father, the mother, the aunt, you know what I mean? And it's passed down. And then everybody's dealing with it, but nobody's doing anything about it or don't know what to do, I would say. Yeah, like you yourself, knows. Church came through for you. The religion was a big part. So like you said, talk about that, because you said that's how you deal with it.
That actually helped me too.
Yeah, so what did you, how did you know, or did you just do that and it just went there? Like, tell.
I feel like I didn't really know actually that I was like depressed. Yeah. Anxiety I knew because it, like, my heart literally I didn't feel it. So I definitely knew when anxiety came. But like depression, I didn't really know that I was depressed, but I watched TD Jakes. And he basically, like, his whole sermon was talking about, like, speaking positive over your life. If you're feeling down, say, like, no, I'm okay, like, I'm happy, even though you don't feel it. And it sounded crazy. I'm just like, I'm not gonna do that. Like, but I tried it, and weirdly, like, one day I just was feeling better. I don't know, it just works to this day. Like, I still do it.
So you just tell yourself to be happy,
well, I just speak positive thoughts just in general, with whatever's going on, flip it. But there's all other things that I do too.
Is there ever times where you feel like you can't flip it? You know what I mean?
It's hard. Like when you get real low, like, and you're in bed, and it's hard to just be like, oh, I feel okay, and get out of bed. No, it don't work like that.
Can't pay their bills.
No,
the lights are off. The kids need food. Your job's not paying enough. You can't tell yourself.
I think, like,
girl,
support
just be happy.
People around
support
you.
Is definitely
like
huge.
My friend, like, somebody might just say something encouraging. They don't know, but just like little things like that, uplifting, working out. Like I said, I do the whole working out thing.
I'm just speaking I'm speaking for the naysayer here, okay? So I'm going to come back with everything, because this is life, right? You get what I'm saying? Like, you got that person. Now, you have support. What about Lucy over here who don't have support? She doesn't have support. Her mom...
They just living through depression. Like, it's their normal. They think it's okay. Like...
They don't think they know it's okay. Yeah, you feel it, right? So what do you say to somebody? How do you help somebody? How do you reach out to somebody? First of all, this world.
How do you know though? How do we know?
How do you know?
How do you know?
A lot of people know. They just may not know what it's called, but you know you're sad. You know that feeling in there, right? Yeah. You want to cry for no reason, or you're looking at, or what we call it hating. They're not happy for you.
They're not. Yeah, they're mad.
Right? You see somebody else who's doing good, and they're mad.
That
Why are you mad? Because things are not going right for you.
What's your internal problems right now?
That's a hater. That's what we call them, right? But really, they need help with how to deal with it. They don't got that support system. They didn't have parents. They don't got cousins or sisters and brothers that's really, like, pushing them. Some people are their own self-motivators. So
I do that too. Like, I'm a self-motivator too.
Yeah, so. And that's dope.
And that's so a lot of people aren't like that. Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, I just feel like I want to say God. You know, God, I'm like this because of God. So I can't really say me, but I'm happy. Like, you know, I feel like maybe I can start helping people because I'm like that. But
I think you're helping people with the podcast.
Well, that's actually what we do it for.
Exactly.
To be honest, I just try to get in my lane, you know, and see how I can help people and encourage people.
That's why we like to talk about. I mean, of course, you know, we like to get a little ratchet on here too. You know,
that's okay. You need a little spice.
Exactly, we gotta spice it up at the same time. You know, we really do want to get to the nitty gritty of things. We want to understand and maybe just really get these conversations out here because they need to be normalized. You know, people don't like to talk about their feelings. You don't like to.
Yeah, that's another thing too. You really don't feel comfortable. Talking about certain things
somebody
at
you
all.
don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not Dre. When we first seen you, we thought you were just a rapper, you know what I mean? Like we seen you on stage, and I'm like,
you were wow, either. Like,
absolutely not. You know, I'm like, oh wow, who's this young man? You know, and then when she found out that the career you were in, I'm like, that is so dope. We need him on there, you know. So for someone you're not even 30 yet. You play basketball, you rap, you're dealing with kids. I mean, that's so much further than most people make it in life, you know? Like, you're doing great things, and we need more positivity like that. We need to hear more of it. We need to see more of it. We need to feel more of it, you know? So outside of your job, are you in the community? Are you dealing with other things outside of that? I know it's a lot, but are you into other things?
I mean, as it comes, I think playing ball and just kind of just being around, I end up in these positions.
What about like if you're ever around your friends and you notice somebody might be depressed or something like that? Are you that friend that you'll like speak up and talk to them? Are you that one? Yeah,
I'll reach out to them. I'm like I would say I'm the anchor of my friend circle. That gets kind of hard too because we don't speak about like when you're feeling down.
Exactly.
And no one checks on you. Who y'all talk to?
Yeah, the tough friend. You know what I mean? The solid friend. Who checks on the solid friend?
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're the one everybody calls. So it's like, you know, when you're feeling away, because we're all human, we still get those emotions, right? What do you do? How do you deal with them?
Man, I mean, I do have people I reach out to that I can reach out to.
That's
so that
good.
helps. But there was times where it wasn't. And
I
kind of just turned to music, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah. That is an outlet, right? To talk about things. Yeah. I think that's dope. Y'all better listen to Black Dre's music too, okay?
Please
shout that out. What's your IG?
The Real Black Dre.
The Real Black Dre. Is it spelled as you said it?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So it's not Ebonics, folks. It is the word. All right. We're going to be looking for Miss Lisa over here once she becomes a doctor. Yes. How soon can you get into the field with psychology? I mean, I know you're just beginning, but how soon?
So it's not like if I took like the short route, like I could do like a 3 to 4 year program, get my foot in the door, which I'm probably going to do. So like once I finish LTRC and get my associate's degree, I'm probably going to find work in that field just to do it while I'm finishing school. Because my ultimate goal is getting my PhD, becoming like a licensed, you know, all that stuff, and opening my own practice.
I love it. Oh, you want to open your own practice?
I do. And I want to just do things differently. Like, a lot of people have trouble getting access to therapy and mental health help and all that stuff.
We talked about that too.
So I want to open something to where it is more accessible. It is cheaper and more affordable for the people that, you know, can't really get insurance or can't come out of pocket as much, because some of these places charge outrageous amounts.
$150 an hour,
for an hour.
an hour, like that's crazy.
That's my ultimate goal, and like be able to really help people that legitimately need it that can't get it.
Yeah, because a lot of times people either don't have insurance or they don't have the money, so they're not able to go out there and talk to someone, or you do talk to somebody and then they're just not the right fit for you, you know, so that's hard. So it's important. I just feel like everybody and anyone who's listening or does listen to this, I feel like you guys need to make it your business. If you feel like something's off with the person, if you feel like something doesn't seem right, we need to start checking in on people. We need to start talking to people more. We need to start having these conversations and normalizing it, because there are people at home going through things that you would never begin to imagine. We were just going through so much, and especially after COVID. And the world just doing a whole flip flop. You know, people who work.
It's spiked. I could imagine.
So you might know how many people. I was at home so depressed. Like I could not understand it. I didn't know what was, and I was pregnant. I have a 2-year-old.
Oh wow!
So like, forget it. I was like going through it. It was horrible to not be able to go anywhere. First of all, because you're not just worrying about yourself, you're worrying about the baby you're carrying. You know, so it was like really scary. It was really scary. But on top of that, you didn't have anybody around you. Everybody was alone. Everybody's at home. Whatever your circle is or whoever you lived with, that's what it was. That's what you dealt with, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just feel like mental health is a big and it's been a big deal for a long time, right? But now
it's just not really talked about that much,
right?
Yeah.
And I love how you were able to find. How long have you been going to church and you got into like TD Jakes and all that?
Well, I've been listening to TD Jakes since I was like 16.
Who got you listening to him? Did you just come across him?
My grandmother listened to another pastor all day, every day, and I think TD Jakes like played here and there, and I just started watching it.
And you fell in love with it.
Absolutely. That's my pops, y'all. I get so emotional. Like, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't even be sitting here right now. Like, because he's like a motivational speaker. Like, he's a father figure. Like, he did a whole sermon talking to young men. Like, he's just amazing.
He's intense, too. He be sweating.
No, he really be
sweating. Yeah. It's intense.
He really be sweating. I actually just started going to church last October, so it's actually been a year. But I feel like I don't even know how to get this out, but I feel like I have real church in the house, like watching TD Jakes. I don't know, because I learned so much. Like, I feel it. His presence is definitely, like, the Holy Spirit is felt through, like, in the house.
In the house.
So, I mean, but I do love going to church, too, because you also get that experience. It is good. It's good.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I've always been in the church, I guess.
So, I want to give a quick shout out to Cruz and Eric watching, because these two are just, first of all, Cruz said he has a hard time getting up to sometimes with the tear face, okay? Who laughed at his comment? Somebody laughed at his comment already. Was it one of us?
And he got twins too, man. Shout out to him.
I can't.
Shout out to him.
Cruz, if you're playing with us, you're going to catch one for me, okay? So do not be writing stuff like that, and that's not true, okay? But he wants to
I think he's telling the truth.
You think he's telling the truth?
Okay, I think he is.
Because he really put the crying, like,
yes,
he would have
like, don't be playing around with people like that. Oh, Eric said he laughed at it. They play too much. Y'all play too much.
One of them shared the podcast yesterday, last Sunday late. Like 2 hours late. Was that 2 hours
late?
One of them shared the podcast last Sunday, like 2 hours late.
That was Mars.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Longhorn?
Longhorn, yes.
I don't like how y'all had me thinking he was a dancer. That was crazy.
Dude, I didn't even know until after. I thought that whole story was real too.
I thought it was the only one.
Like,
I was like, that was wrong of y'all.
What?
That had me thinking that he was a stripper.
No, you should.
I thought he was too. I didn't know anything until after.
But she thought too, so it wasn't just. I was so like,
I'm like,
yo, I really was like, yo, that's not weird, but I'm just like, oh, okay. Like,
first of all, he was taking it way too serious. I was like, this has to be a joke. Like,
so you knew right away?
No, I watched it.
You watched it? Yeah, he knew.
I didn't know.
So look, Cruz said, ask relationship questions. I want to hear some player shit from Dre. So Dre, we gotta get on you real
Drop
quick.
The gem. Drop the gem.
Okay, yeah, let's go there because listen, you are.
He's like, let me crack this bottle.
Take another sip. So this is the thing. You deal with psychology on a daily basis. Is that the correct term I'm using? You deal with psychology on a daily basis. Okay, so you deal with psychology. You meet females, I'm pretty sure, all the time. You're out, you're doing music, you're playing basketball, you're meeting mothers, probably single mothers.
Yeah.
So what is the game? How are you staying straight and narrow as this handsome young black man? What are you meeting women? Are you psychoanalyzing them? You know, as you meet them, like
toxic.
They need help. Like, how's that working?
Cruz, man.
Let's go there.
What you mean? Like, am I using the psychology?
No, I mean, like, is it in you? You know, because if you're meeting a woman, you know, are you like listening to her? Yeah, you're reading her, talking to her, like,
read the energy.
Nah, sis, you're not from me. I feel like you might be a
like
you
crazy.
Need
help.
Nah, for real, yeah.
You know, Are you telling females this? Like,
I'm not gonna tell you. Like, I think you're crazy. I'm gonna just, you know.
You're just gonna what? Like, nah,
keep it moving.
I got a girl. You know, you're just gonna give them the spin off.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. Yeah. So I mean, you might want to just, you know, tell them the truth. Like, listen, sis, that was a little wacky what you just said. Let her know so she don't do it again.
Nah, because then I'm the bad guy.
How's that make you the bad guy for being honest?
See, I mean, that's why you just said it, because I'm being honest.
No, we need more honesty.
Shonda's real honest, and she's
come on. Somebody asked me. This guy asked me. He watches the show, and he reached out. He goes, I want to know on a serious tip. He was like, should men be more honest with females? You know, when they if they men, absolutely. Let a woman know your intentions or whatever.
I ask somebody their intentions.
That's really true.
That is true. You never know what a woman's with. You know what I mean? You never know what she's looking for at the end of the day, right? So give us that option. You know, a lot of times men don't think that
everything.
Communication is everything. That is it right there. So it's just like, all right. listen, that's what I'm looking for. This is what I want. If she ain't with it, she ain't with it. She ain't the chick.
But on the other side of that, do you feel like a woman should do the same thing?
Absolutely, she should.
Yeah.
So
but
you can't fault each other though.
Right, let's go there.
You can't fault each other though. I'm not a number, but you know.
Because listen, when women say this is what I'm looking for a man to be full time. I want to have a baby eventually. Y'all think we're crazy?
No, I don't think so.
Yes, no, you're rare, honey.
So,
okay,
yeah.
You're rare because most of the time men look at situations like, nah, she laid it all out right there from, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like I'm not. She's moving too fast. When really all I'm trying to do is let you know what my goals are.
I'm not trying to waste my time.
Right.
So if you're not with it, then move on. Like, and men don't appreciate that. They think you're crazy. They will be like, I know a lot of your friends be like, nah, shorty was this and she was that. No shit. And it don't even be that. It's just I'm trying to let you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What I'm thinking about here. So if you're not on that time and all along you've been playing games with me because you taking me to dinner with you trying to get the draws, move on, buddy. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It should be both ways. But y'all gotta stop thinking we're crazy when we start
Women are crazy though. Women are crazy. Men are crazy too though.
We're gonna get into mental health now.
We all crazy.
So
we all crazy.
We're all crazy.
Yeah.
Why is that?
I feel like the emotion, like love. Not even just love.
That makes us crazy.
I think it makes you rational. You do a lot of rational.
Irrational or rational?
Irrational.
Irrational.
For one, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
So
you think love makes us irrational?
Yeah.
Under certain circumstances.
That's the reason why people be standing outside people's doors screaming and holding fucking boom boxes. Flashing tires and throwing rocks at windows.
Like, I need you
Would you date you?
I need you up there with that energy. Like,
would you date you?
Yes, absolutely.
Because you'd be outside with a boom box, right? Listen, that's what you need to do. What you mean? That's not crazy.
Apply pressure.
If you love a person, let them know. If you don't like a person, let them know.
You gotta know your personnel. Some chicks don't like a super pushy guy.
Not pushy. Y'all gotta be on the same page. That's one. When you're feeling a chick and feeling do whatever, you have to make sure you're on the same page. So guess what? If old girl's not returning or reciprocating what you're giving out, guess what? No, don't show up with the boombox because homegirls is using you for the dinner date. You know, she's using you for the dinner date. But if you are getting the love back that you're putting out, absolutely. If she's mad at you and you fucked up, boy, you better get out there with that boombox. Get out there with that damn boombox. Yeah. Don't be too proud. Go get your girl. Go apologize and do the damn thing.
That's if you're in a relationship, though. That's if you're in a relationship. If it's the talking stage, I'm not boomboxing you.
Yeah, not in the
I'm not boomboxing you.
Not in the talking stage.
I'm not doing that.
Dre,
please don't boombox me in the talking stage either.
I'm gonna be
pissed
the conversation.
I'm
like, I'm not boomboxing you in the talking stage.
Somebody please boombox me in the talking stage. Don't play with me, okay? Boombox me in the talking stage. Listen, show me you really don't play no games with me. Oh,
that's
my God,
pressure. You do gotta apply pressure at the talking stage.
Apply pressure.
Yeah.
It ain't, you know what I mean? Don't keep telling me what you want to do, what you gonna do.
Show me.
I need action.
Action.
Yeah. This is the problem, and this is why I feel like, all right, in the South and back in the day, relationships were like so much bigger, so much better. People's, wrote it out. It was cute to be in a relationship. It was nice to be in a
everybody,
you want to be up that girl's butt. You want to be up that boy's butt. Yes, I do.
Because you got access to
all the way
everyone's
social
media.
Social media.
Yeah, and it's troublesome. Like, you can be with someone, post that person, and everybody will start hitting that other person up.
Social media is a really big influence.
The floodgates. Let me tell you
people
something.
Always like people in a relationship.
Exactly.
Especially if they
you always look better then, right? Once you done polished and dusted it off, they want it. It's shiny now.
Because they see what you have.
Okay, it's shiny now.
Not shiny.
It's shiny now. Yes, you are shiny now. It's glistening. That's right. Oh, what did she see in it? What? Oh, yeah. I need to see what's going on over here.
Ooh, they extra happy.
And do you
happy.
Or girls are more vicious when it comes to that type of thing? Like, who's more vicious when it comes to that? You see someone in a relationship.
The dudes are doing it a little heavy now. I ain't gonna front.
Yeah, but I think girls are more vicious though. Like you said earlier with haters, like a chick will just want to sleep with your man just to prove that they're on the same level as you.
Have one up, exactly. She'll want to be like, oh, I did it. Even if she didn't want it, it was like, oh, your man was willing to stray from that and come over here. And
exactly.
girls
So you doing something wrong. Yeah.
Because who puts out more clickbait? Females do.
Yeah, women.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Come on.
Sure.
I mean, all day it's like that. So, listen, even talking mental health, that's a mental thing right there. You know, wanting the attention, seeking the likes and everything right there.
Body
you know,
dysmorphia is really big right now.
Ooh, girl.
Media.
Oh,
Speak
yeah.
on it.
Speak on
Body
that.
dysmorphia.
Yeah,
I
please.
did
That's
not a book report. I did
Not a book report.
I had a college assignment. I had to write a essay on that, and wow, I need to go back to school. I did an essay on body dysmorphia. That is something I dealt with personally. I literally would look at myself, and still sometimes to this day, I look at myself and just see weird. Like I
feel like everyone does. Like we're our own biggest critic, girl. At the end of the day, and like body dysmorphia, it's always been around. But I think with social media, it's just enhanced that.
Yes.
For like everybody.
I mean, because
seeing everybody, just seeing everybody every day.
Yeah. It's almost like, well, some things are real, you know, but most are not. You know what I mean? So most things are either done, fixed, made.
So it's like perfect.
Filtered. You know what I mean?
Everything's all
exactly. It is.
And that's
what you say?
cool.
It's perfect.
Yeah. So
more
when
power
you look,
to you.
Imperfect. Yeah.
Whatever makes you feel good.
Somebody complimented me yesterday, and I was just like, "It's not that deep." Like. It's not like your body. I'm like, no, it's not that deep. It's not that deep.
You didn't
because I'm
accept
like,
it.
yo, I don't gotta flat because that's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, like, but
you
my
didn't just say
not,
thank you.
I know. I just like it's not that deep because the way he said it, like it was like a big deal. I'm like,
but to him,
yeah,
beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? That's
I
what
was
they
like,
say.
it was not that deep, sir. Like, like I don't know. Like I said, because I got the flat stomach, the big booty, so it's just like. I don't know.
You're beautiful though.
Thank you.
You're beautiful. You know what I mean? So that's one thing I had to learn to do. Even if I didn't feel it, I just accept it and say thank you. You know what I mean? Regardless of how you feel, because that's a hard thing to do. Look how she just said it's not that deep. You get what I'm saying?
I was like, it's not that deep.
It's hard to just say thank you and move on.
And I feel like now, a couple years ago I've been fine, but now, like I said, like I look at social media, like no, my body is not popping compared to like like absolutely not.
Yeah.
So yeah,
that's crazy.
It's crazy.
You never
I'm so mad at myself because I would never have done that. I would be like, oh, thank you, and did a little twirl or something. Like I'm just saying. But maybe I gotta humble myself.
Oh, listen, guys, before I get too far in the show, I don't know if y'all noticed I got a haircut. You wouldn't know because you wasn't here last week, but you see my hair was longer. I got a haircut today, guys, and I told the girl who did my hair I was going to shout her out because she did such a good job. I don't know if you guys are liking it or loving it, but I love it. And her name is Nina Lynn, NINALYNN15. That's how you find her on social media, guys. Go follow her, like her pics, go get a haircut. She does braids, she does cuts, all that good stuff. So check her out, follow her, and y'all can let me know how y'all like my hair.
It's
too.
cute, girl.
No mean comments. So, look, thank you. No mean comments.
I like it.
Look, let me know how you feel, but no mean comments. Yeah. So I was a little bit heated before I got here, so it's probably puffy right now. But we're gonna go ahead now. Hey, Kawan Mama's boy Powell. I do not know your real name. We're friends on Facebook.
That was long.
Right.
It's a shame. That's a shame.
Yes, and Natalie said hi, Lisa.
Hi, babe.
So, yeah, dope. Sorry, Dre.
Okay.
I'm beating him up over here.
That's what she do.
Right. I'm working on it. I'm working on my anger. So, you dealing with kids, and you said the parents was one of the hardest things. Do they, now outside, you mentioned about them not doing what you want them to do once you leave.
Yeah.
But when you're there, does he ever give you hard times with the way you deal with the kids or how you're dealing with the kids?
No.
You've never been in that type of situation?
No, not at all.
Mm-hmm. What's been your hardest case dealing with a kid thus far? Do you have one that stands out that, something that really just, let me rephrase that. Not even your hardest case, something that really just tugged at your heartstrings that made it hard for you at night when you went home?
Yeah, I actually had a kid. This was a while ago, right when I graduated. He was living in the inner city in Allentown, and he was just running in the streets.
How old was he?
He's probably 13 at the time.
Okay.
He was just always getting in trouble.
Impressionable
Mom was just calling me.
Was dad at home?
Nah, no dad
just
in the
mom.
picture
Okay.
at all.
Okay.
He was just running wild, man.
How was he when you were with him though? Did he listen when you were around?
Yeah,
when you were around, he dealt with you well.
We had that big brother, little brother, where it's yo, if I catch you out here, if I see you out, You
ever thought about being a part of that program, Big Brother?
Are they still doing that?
Yeah, they still do it.
Such a dope program.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, they probably not paying that good.
Just as a side thing.
I do a lot of side things.
Right
I do a lot of side things, man. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. But nah,
I get it.
I didn't know they're still doing that.
Yeah, I believe. Let me not say.
Yeah, you might want to check that
Look that up
quick.
real quick.
Yeah, you might want to check that.
This is why you need to hear.
That was a really dope program.
That was, yeah. My sister was in it growing up, and she really loved it.
She used the program. Oh, I'm sorry. So go back now. What happened with the young man? He was running the streets.
He was just always getting in trouble, and like mom didn't really know how to handle it, so I kind of had to take care of most of the conflict. Like I remember he had a BB gun up at a park, and there was people I knew. They're like, "Yo, he got a gun." They thought he really had a gun, so I was like, "Ah." I gotta go up there. It was a BB gun, but like I had to like literally hem him down and take the BB gun.
What? You had to hem him down and take it?
Like,
did he know that he could potentially die from carrying something like that? If an officer seen him and thought that was real, like he could have lost his life.
He just didn't have that
minority
process thing. Yeah. So that was kind of crazy. Where it's like, yo, this kid, like where he's headed, he has no chance. And I don't work for that agency no more. I'm off.
Wow.
So I don't know.
I was gonna ask how the kid is doing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh wow.
I can tell you.
Oh yeah, it's still around, guys. Big brother, big sisters of Lehigh Valley.
Let's see.
So it is still there, guys.
That's nice.
What's the salary?
I looked that up, but I mean, you already said you got enough going on, so we're not even gonna stick that on you, okay? Because you're not about to go to that program half-assing it, Dre, okay?
No, I'm not
like,
gonna.
I'm gonna look, though.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna look.
Part time.
Kawan, it is just a sip, honey. The cruise, you know. Yeah, it's just sip here. We not
Can
smoking.
they get smoke or
yeah.
Oh no. I don't know if we done that.
But yeah, so you did with the kid. So what was your last interaction with him? You just wasn't able to finish it, or you left the company and that was that?
I think I believe they took me off just because mom wasn't cooperating with like the higher ups.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like politics sometimes get in the way of your job?
A lot.
Wow.
Yeah,
I believe it.
I could see that happening. You know what I mean, with insurances.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah,
it's a big
just
one.
They can knock a lot of things out the box. That's crazy to me that the way this world works, money makes the world go around.
Right.
Money makes the world go around. You just said the first response was, I don't know if they're paying enough, right? So if the money's not there, then you're not getting the help that you're needing.
Yeah.
That sucks. I think people
that
should.
sucks, like you saying it like that.
Yeah,
like I'm on the other end of
that
it now.
sounds crazy.
That kind
That's
of
what kind of like strikes my whole wanting to open my practice thing.
You see what I'm
like
saying?
where I want to open it.
Right.
Up. Because it's just sad. Like it's truly sad.
It is. It's really. It's depressing. Let's use
Yeah.
that word. It
Literally.
is depressing.
Yeah.
Right
Now
now.
I don't want to go talk to nobody, to be honest.
You say you don't?
No.
Why?
Because y'all were saying like it's hard to find
Oh
a
yes.
person.
Oh my God.
And it's expensive.
When
and
you get a
y'all
moment,
can't really work how y'all want
when
to.
you get a moment, Google these places, look it up, and just start putting your information. We were gonna take my last relationship. We were gonna do couples counseling. And I started to Google things and try to find things that we could get into. The rates were astronomical. Yeah. I mean, it was crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, two people can usually take care of it, right? But even outside of that, when I started to look into therapy just for myself, I'll go talk to Jesus.
Or
like
I was gonna say, go to church. That's where you start
That's
at.
what
Start
really
at
helped
church.
me, too.
Start at
Yeah,
church.
I'm gonna just need somebody to start talking back to me because I tried therapy.
Find a friend, find a buddy.
That was my thing.
I usually talk to you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I cut people off now. I don't know. 2022, I just cut people off. I don't give a hell anymore. If it ain't serving me, it ain't serving the purpose.
That's connected to mental health though, because people
like
around
that.
you can drive you crazy.
They'll drain you.
Like that.
That's why I was suffering from people around me. It wasn't really anything.
What?
So what would you say what were they doing that drained you?
Just like they have very negative energy.
What's negative energy to you though? What's negative energy to you?
What?
Like,
I want to know what they was doing.
Yeah,
what's the negative energy?
He's asking what's the
like
specific?
okay, well, good news. Like it's not celebrated. Like they're rather talk about drama and gossip before anything good.
Yeah.
Not motivating. Just
does
like
anybody live life without gossip though? Can you
Well,
honestly say anybody lives life without gossip? Whether
some
your intentions
nice,
are good or
calm,
bad, right?
good gossip. Not
What's
nothing.
nice? What?
Not evil. Like I don't know.
Nice, calm, good
Yeah, that's what I was
gossip.
I'm trying to think of like, did I gossip with you the other day when I was like, I
probably
gotta
did.
You probably did. If it wasn't that bad, well,
No,
I forget it. We not even go there.
It wasn't
because
bad,
it wasn't
you know.
that-
But I'm just saying that was a general question.
Okay, like somebody kind of was like feud. It wasn't a really okay. It was like a feud on the internet. I kind of told you about. I'm like, oh, such and such, and such and such are arguing. Like,
But that's why I
But
want
it
to ask
was
that
like-
question. Can you really have a life without gossip? even if your intentions are not bad, right? Sometimes your intentions are bad. Sometimes not pointing at you, but like,
like your intentions are bad.
Your intentions are bad. So, but I'm just saying, like, sometimes you might just be repeating, girl, you seen that on Facebook, or you know,
like that's what it was. I was like, yo, you seen
is that bad gossip?
I don't think that's.
I don't think that's
no,
bad.
that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's.
So you. Like we said,
like
you need a little bit of spice
I'm
here
like
and there.
somebody call
but
you
I
like
think
such
if it's
such
something consistent, like every time I'm hanging
son,
out with
every
you,
time such as lost her job,
like, that's when
everything
it's
she
like,
about to lose everything. Her man left her. Like what?
Ding,
like
ding,
why
ding,
are you
ding,
praying
ding,
on
ding.
somebody's downfall?
You hit the nail on the head,
that's
baby
weird.
girl.
Like that's what I'm saying.
That's what I was getting at.
What?
Right there.
Yeah, like
somebody, yo, Sarah lost her job, and
she about to lose her house.
That girl got roaches, or her.
Her man was cheating on her on it. Like
right.
what?
All that, like
hating
that.
Hating. Yeah.
But what's going on in the background of you, honey?
Right.
Why are you telling somebody else what's going on in somebody else's house?
And that's I never cared to do that, but that's I can't. Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like I might be like, no, Kanye didn't put them shirts on and go out there and put that on the internet. I'm gossiping.
Stuff like that. Yeah, like that's what I would do.
That's good tea. You get what I'm saying? I mean, at the end, I give it hell, but like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's not affecting nothing I got going on. Anybody else.
They want that. Right? The celebs want people talking about it.
So that's my thing. I'm just like, it is important to have a balance. You get what I'm saying? Like, the good with the bad. But if the energy is negative, if people are coming at me, you're always got a fight going on. You
looking for drama, looking for drama, making
I don't got
drama.
time for it. No,
always
no more.
down.
And I was always taught, I was always told, like, if somebody's constantly gossiping, like, to you, they're probably gossiping about
you.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
right.
Lisa, that is absolutely true. So watch who you tell your business.
That's depression. That's depressing, though.
It is depressing.
I just got like down, unmotivated. You don't want to do nothing. Like it's, I don't know. The whole
surround yourself. You
are
circle. Who you surround yourself
with.
Yes.
True.
I'm telling you, my circle this last year. I touched on this a little bit, but I was literally depressed, and I'm stressing the D. Okay, depressed. I was like so.
Wait, I don't know how to take that. Wait.
I was gonna say pause. But you're a woman, so I'm not gonna say pause.
Yo, why are y'all like this? Because at home I can't even talk in front of my daughter like that. She'd be like, "Pause, mom." I'm like, "What? I'm just talking about mashed potatoes." You know what I mean? Like,
so is it depressed or like?
I'm saying
just at this point, just say it like.
First of all,
we need answers. Y'all. Okay, not D.I., Fred. Okay, I got you.
I was just stressing the first part of the word. Is all.
Oh, okay. I mean, because that's the thing, too. People be lonely because they need a partner. Like,
yeah, that too.
Not like that, but like the partner part. You know what I mean?
Not meaning that. All right, I'm going to do what Drake did. Rewind. I'm going to take that back because I did not mean it like that, okay? Listen, what I meant was I was just absolutely depressed, okay? Look, see, that still didn't even come out when you just... Just depressed? Okay. That's it.
What do you do? How do you cope? How do you deal with this?
Honestly, I'm new on my journey, so like I am just finding how to be happy and how to move past things and how to get into that place where it feels correct. Because, 2-3 years ago, I didn't know how to let people go. I didn't know how to say.
That's hard.
It is.
That is really. I thought it would be easy because I can do that, but that shit is hard.
It's super hard. Now, me and you had this conversation. Yeah. I am more of like a second chance, third chance, fourth chance giver. Right?
Every time.
She can cut somebody
so
off.
That's why I thought it'd be easy to cut people off that's close to me. Nah.
Yeah. No, it's hard. It's hard. So I would allow people around me, keep them around me. And I mean, even like family members, I always dealt with the...
Because they say, like, your family, you got to stay. You got to stick with them.
No, you don't.
That's not true. No, we're taught that. Like, you're disloyal if you cut off family members.
Absolutely.
Like, and I struggle with that a lot. Like, I struggle with that.
And that was my struggle. Mm-hmm. The people that were the closest to me, the ones that were tearing me down, they were the ones that were, like, telling me, and this is why I had body dysmorphia. I didn't look like the rest of my family. I didn't fit in. I was, like, the black sheep. I was always told, you're not cute. Oh, your body's not good enough. Oh, or your face looks good enough, but your body is whack. Or you're, you think you're all that just because you have a better job or because you make more money. You know what I mean? It was always a tear down. It was never a lift up. You know what I mean? It was never like, I'm proud of you. You're doing good. You did well, or
and that
happens so much in families, though.
So much,
and it's like it's normal. That's not normal. That's not okay.
Normal. I thought it was normal.
Like I did too.
Yep, me too.
So in my journey, it's new. A lot in this last year, I have let people go. I love them, but I have let them go, and I have moved on. And now I'm at that point where now I wake up mornings and I'm like, damn, I am okay.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
You're alone, but you're okay.
Yeah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, and it feels good at this point. You know, before it was like, what am I going to do with nobody around me? Like,
I think what you said earlier, though, it is kind of hard to find what makes you happy.
Yes.
Like, it's somebody asked me, I was like, what makes you happy? I had to think about it. I'm like, that's a good question. Because you're just so used to a certain way of living.
Yeah. You just
and
go
it's
with it every
normal.
day.
And so it's like finding yourself.
What does make you happy?
Food.
Mm-hmm.
Food. That's like top. It's weird because I say I don't like people, but I do like people. Like I like good company. I love to laugh.
Yes.
Like everybody knows I play all day. So I like being around people, close people. I like a lot of things. I'm like super like I play basketball. I'll do anything.
Yeah.
Water. So
it's
I'm
like a good time.
Yes.
Whatever's gonna bring that energy.
I like music. I like going out. So people think that like I go because I go out. Y'all know I go out. But I really go out because I like the music and like I just like the atmosphere. Like people drinking, everybody's all happy when they're all
everybody's having a good time.
And, like I like everybody to be around.
That's what I like.
Like that. I like that type of energy. Yeah, like everybody laughing, having a good time.
Yeah.
So alcohol makes me happy, so yeah, there you go.
Yes,
that's hilarious.
That's what we connected on.
But did you find something that makes you happy? Did you find something that makes you happy?
I'm like, I've always been a foodie. You know, if I eat, I dance. I'm one of them. When I eat, I dance. Like seriously, that makes me happy. And love makes me happy.
Oh yeah.
I
always say that.
I love to see it.
I love to love. That's what I say.
Yeah, I love love.
I love love. Yep. That's my
I do.
thing.
And energy makes me happy. Being at home makes me happy though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like being at home makes me happy, and I don't know. Like I said, I'm new on this journey, so I'm figuring out a lot.
Finding your passion. I feel like I didn't know. I still kind of don't know fully like what my passion is.
I'm right there with you.
And I think that is why I see people that are happy because they know what their passion is, and I know like there's little things that I'm learning now that are like in my passion. I don't know. It's weird, but it makes me happy. It brings me joy.
Weird.
So you're finding your passion.
It's
too.
a quest, you know, at the end of the day. Like
tap into, like trying to find your passion.
This makes me happy every Sunday.
It does, and I would have never guessed. I would have never thought. If
y'all have not been part of this since the beginning with Flower and Beauty, literally, we found each other on mistake. Mm-hmm. We knew each other a long time before we started. We knew of each other. Like she knew my sister.
I knew her sister.
But we never hung out.
Yeah.
We wouldn't consider each other friends. We didn't know each other's numbers. None of that.
No.
Right.
But we knew each other. We were social media friends, that type of thing, right? Been around each other, maybe at a few functions, things like that. But I wanted to do a podcast. She made a post, and literally, and I don't give a hell how y'all feel about us repeating this. So, and then I reached out, and literally, when we clicked, we clicked. I mean, everything went together. It was like yin and yang. Like, we're literally...
Hip hop and gospel.
Hip hop and gospel. Like I literally, that's how I described
toxic and positive, toxic. That's what we are. A little splash of toxic.
She's throwing a toxic over here.
Oh wow.
A little splash of positive. It's good toxic. Remember we said that though.
Yes, it's a
good toxic.
Because I am more on this journey, I have learned to be able to speak up. And I don't. Yeah. I'm not a mean person by any means necessary. Mm-hmm. But you have to speak your truth, and you have to learn how to
And she pushes me to do that.
Yes, it's important because when you're not talking and you're not communicating, like you mentioned, Lisa, things don't get. They're not out there then. People are left guessing, right?
Mm-hmm. And people can't read your mind. So it's
exactly.
Like, and then there's people that literally will get mad at you
for not saying stuff.
And it's like, oh, well, you should have said it. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know, I can't read your mind. You
Absolutely.
know? And it's just like, well, all right.
Exactly. No, that's it right there.
People can't read minds.
People can't read minds. We don't know. So if we're not speaking up. So me, sometimes I may be taken the wrong way. I want to say I'm nicer than she is. She's actually the meaner one. But it comes across because I will speak up. I will communicate. You get what I'm saying? So but it's really not like that. I'm just learning how to really just say things because that's what's on my heart.
It is
hard to do.
Yeah, especially relearning something at this age.
What? It's so hard. It's so hard.
It's like it's called like retraining your brain to like
come through sis with
just like
retraining
retraining your brain because like you know, so long you lived a certain way, you thought a certain way, and like over time your brain just naturally is like, okay, this is life.
Right.
But like you start seeing other things and you're like, wait, this isn't what like it is.
Yeah.
And then you're like, that seems nice. And then you start like actually trying to incorporate that shit in your life, and you're like, wow, like that's such a difference. And like you find yourself more happier, you make friends easier, you communicate easier, like things just become naturally easier.
That's so true. It is true. I mean,
challenge yourself.
Challenge yourself.
It's hard,
and
but it is
accepting different. And accepting different,
like accepting you how you are too, but change. But you also have to accept where you are and who you are right now. I think I struggled with. I was so busy trying to change because I thought not something was wrong with me, but like I'm a little off. But no, just accept
trying to fit
it. Yeah. So like just accepting who you are and where you are right now.
No, I completely agree with that. Society makes it hard for you to stand out, be different, go the opposite way than what everybody's going, right? Because usually everybody's going down the same lane. Even as little as today when the girl was doing my hair, she was like, you know, like, girl, I'm trying to find people who want to do different things with their hair, but everybody wants the same thing. You know what I mean? All y'all can't just like the same hairstyle all the time, right? Like, somebody got to want something different. So it's just like, you know, you got to be able to step out on your own, you know? And now with
they do want it, but they don't want to do it.
They're afraid to.
They're afraid
with
to.
Me, I'm afraid to, but I'm learning how to step out on that one step
out of your comfort zone
and just be there alone. If I gotta be there alone, I'll be there alone, and that's just it. Until somebody decides they want to come over there with me or stand next to me.
Once you get over that feeling, though, it's amazing. Like it is. It is so life changing.
It really is.
It is.
You know, I just can't even stress it enough. I'm just like
be you.
Be you. I never felt it in the. I can't. I don't even know when's the last time that I sat there. Weeks ago, I'm just sitting there and I just felt this feeling. And it's so weird. I swear to God, I was like, oh my God, that felt happy.
Wow.
It felt happy. And that does not mean everything going right in your life. You know what I mean? Because stuff can really be fucked up. Like you can really have some stuff going on. My life is by no means perfect, right?
Same, girl.
But you find the good, right? You got to find what's good. I try to focus on what's happening positively versus what's going badly now, you know? A lot of times it's very easy to focus on that bill that's overdue or the car brake light going out or, you know, whatever's going on in your life. So it might be something more major, you know, but, you know, the bad things that happen, you're like, damn, that's a $459 bill I don't have, and I don't have that money right now. And then, but you got to focus on.
I'm going to figure it out. I got this.
Right. Like, but I got groceries right now. I have a job. You know what I mean? Or, you know, my business, you know, kids are healthy. You know, you focus on that, I swear to you, it will make a difference.
You don't even feel it anymore. You just, like, fuck that.
That's what just happens. Like, you just wake up one day like, oh, everything's a little bit better.
Yes.
Yeah. Focus on this. Somebody asked a question.
Oh, they did? Okay.
I think it was.
Let's see, a question to... What is one motivational thing you can tell someone who battles with mental health? You
Maybe
guys
the experts can answer
that. Yeah.
Wait, what was the question?
What is one motivational thing you can tell someone who battles with mental health? Something motivational to someone who battles with mental health. So I'm guessing that's like a depression question. If they're battling with depression right now, what is something motivational you would say to somebody? If that was one of your friends and said, hey, I'm going through depression right now. I've been feeling down lately. What's something you would say to one of your friends? Both of you can answer that.
First?
I feel like, you know, because I've been asked that question before, you know what I mean? And I keep it pretty simple. Like, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, it's not necessarily what you're feeling, but you have to want to feel differently. And that's like the start, to know that you're internally dealing with something and admit to it, even though that's hard to do, because nobody wants to be like, yeah, I'm depressed. Or like admit to stuff that's going wrong and like actually taking the steps to overcome those things. So like you got to start at the very beginning and be like, all right, something's off, like I'm not right. Let me try to like sit and resonate what's actually going on in my head, like where my thoughts are at, you know, what's going on in my life, where can I make changes, and just start little. And over
that's
time,
a big one. Start little.
Start little. It doesn't just change overnight. It is a process and it is a battle, and you have to believe enough in yourself to overcome what you're dealing with.
Yes.
She answered it.
Yeah, no, really. Starting little and believing in yourself. That is like two big key things right there. You know, all the time we look at things so much bigger, you know, but if we begin to break them down, we break them down so much smaller. They don't seem as giant.
Just one step at a time.
Yes.
One step at a time, one day at a time.
And I use the advice that, like, my own personal journey that I've gone on because my whole life, like, I remember moments that I've, like, sat there and just bawled my eyes out and, like, you know, begged God, like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. And, like, trying to make it an everybody else problem. But it's realistically not. It's a me problem. Like, it's how I'm processing and handling things. It's the way I'm choosing to live my life. It's, you know, what I'm surrounding myself with. And, like, little by little, you just break it apart and you tackle one thing at a time. And, like, over time, like, you keep surrounding yourself with positivity. You surround yourself with better friends. Or you cut off those toxic people, those toxic family members. You start living life for you. And not for everybody else.
You start noticing.
You have to do it for you.
And then you just little by little notice it.
That's a big key too. You have to do it for you.
Yeah.
And realize it's okay to not be okay. When you're the strong person, I feel like it was hard to be. I felt weak because I'm like known to be strong. I am strong. So
that's
I was just like, I was like, oh my God, I'm weak. Yeah. Like, I don't know. I feel like it wasn't okay. Like, no, girl, you need to get it together. So I had to be like, no, it's okay.
Yeah. It's okay not to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay not to be okay.
I made a TikTok about
Dre, do you cry?
Did you? I did.
Do I cry?
Do you cry?
Not often.
But do you cry?
Have I ever cried?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
I'm asking that question because
they say that they're supposed to cry.
That is big with men.
I haven't cried in like a year.
Okay.
It's been like,
yeah. That's still good. You know what I mean? Men, y'all can cry.
Yeah, y'all can definitely cry.
It's okay to cry.
You know what I'm saying? I'm asking.
Sure.
I had to direct that at you because a lot of times men don't either show it or they don't want us to know it. You know, so it is okay to cry. Everybody needs that outlet. You know, you got to let it out sometimes, right? Even women with big egos. You know? It's okay to cry.
It's okay.
Let me see. Augie said he's not giving his time or energy to people that don't appreciate his time and effort. I hear that.
Yep.
Shout out to Johnny because he was bigging up his wife. He said, "Talk that shit, baby."
Hey. Y'all are so cute.
But and he also said protecting your peace. No exceptions.
Because once you get through that depression, like you fight through that, you gotta protect that.
He'll say it all the time. He's like, I'm not a therapist though. Like he's really one of the biggest help that I've ever had in my entire life.
And that's
getting
so important.
through
my
depression.
Yeah. That's so important.
Hot.
Yeah, that is hot. You know what I mean? You love.
I feel like I'm a burden. Like I don't care. Like if I have a spouse, a partner, like I would feel like I'm a burden. Like trying to get them to help me through my depression.
But you should never feel like a burden when it's your partner. If it's the right one, anyway. I mean, you shouldn't feel like a burden.
I would feel like
never want to feel like that. So, I just don't like people right now. So, F relationships until later.
I was gonna sing a whole song, but I was so inappropriate. I was like, that nigga.
Go ahead, sing it, girl. Get a little bit of that hip hop in your blood.
Not tonight. I wasn't drinking enough.
You could give us a gospel version to that.
And it's Sunday, no,
not on a Sunday.
Not on a Sunday. I mean, it is Sunday. That's appropriate.
But I was drinking, so. Even though it was only one glass. So
all right, well, I do appreciate you guys coming tonight. I hope you had a good time. I didn't get to drink none of your drink, okay? And I'm going to pour me some of that.
As soon as it's over.
And Lisa,
we're going to drink that.
I'm going to taste it. Yes, we are going to taste that one. For all you giant naysayers out there, we did win again today. I'm every Sunday I'm shouting it out, and don't be trying to play me out if we lose on a Sunday and I don't say nothing. Don't be calling me out, but we did win today. Don't at me, bro. Okay, don't at me. But we did win today, so happy Sunday, and we started off on a great vibe this morning. Even though we were supposed to go watch the game this morning,
I was gonna say we were supposed to, and I don't know when the Eagles play, so I'm like real not. Okay, I'm being real fake.
The game just ended like when I got here.
First of all, are you
gonna say Johnny was watching
fan.
Oh, okay.
29-0, we won today. Blowout.
Damn.
See, the one got me. Yeah, I don't remember who we played.
Right, either way, they won 29-0. I guess the team didn't matter, right? So whoever was on that 0 team, I don't think y'all want to speak up right now. But listen, dope energy. Guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for what you do. Thank you for what you're about to start doing. I think it's so awesome.
Yeah, that's super dope. Thank you.
Keep doing what y'all do. And we'll be back next Sunday. I don't know if we're talking mental health again, but we'll figure that out. We're a little not with it right now. So
y'all know how we do.
Yeah,
we
will cover
by Wednesday. We'll know.
Exactly. Check us out then. And let us know if y'all like this time different. This change of time better than last Sunday, because we did a little bit earlier, so I don't know if that was a better vibe today or not. Anyway, thanks for checking us out on Sippin' Lips. It's Flower and Beauty.
Good night.
Good night.